Okay, hey there, Aries. This is Kim here to do your next 3-day messages you need to hear in the next 3 days. FYI, I have paint still kind of all over my hands, so not wet though, just didn't get completely scrubbed off. Just to let you know. All right, opening up to your spirit team, your spirit guides, and your angels for these messages. May they be for the Most High. I have 2 new decks that were gifted to the channel. Thank you so much. The person that got them, the Cosmos Oracle and the Quantum Tarot. So this reading will include me looking at the guidebook. Just be aware of that. And it's been working out lovely here with this Krans Wild Unknown alchemy deck. Oh, Raven's Head. That card is about your life's work beginning. Oh. Could be the ending of something and the beginning of, wow, something really potent, really important, big that's about to start in your life. As you know, with Pluto, things come down. There's destruction, there's transformation. Ultimately, there's change, and then calcification is that card. It represents like burning off everything that doesn't quite need to be there anymore. So, like burning off the excess. With the Raven's Head, this is a lot of mystical. It's almost like magical. It's occult wisdom. I feel like that you have or that you hold. Something here with this pearl right in the middle of the throat chakra, like expressing your wisdom in a very creative way with the red. So interesting. I wonder what, okay, I'm really interested now to see what these other cards are going to pull out. So the Cosmos Oracle is what I'm going to use with these. We need to clarify each one. Yeah, let's do it to clarify each one. So I'm wondering what the excess is. If it's people, situations, jobs. Like, what is it that's being, I was going to say, like, eclipsed out of your life at this time? Or the excess. What else are you burning off? Maybe even old patterns. Tell me about Raven's Head. Clarity for Raven's Head, please. Oh, retrograde. Which is looking back. Looking back towards the past. I mean, I'm positive that's what this is, but let me. It's talking about something from the past, retrograde, moving backwards in appearance. Oh, okay. Moving backwards in appearance. All right, so I totally get this then. Okay, because I've experienced times in my life, especially where big things left my life. Big things. People, career, like big things, okay? And during that time, it felt like I was going backwards in the sense of how we view success with relationships, partnerships, family, career. Like, I really felt like, wow, I've digressed. And what the hell did I do? Like, that's the type of energy that I was in when I was in this major Pluto energy for like a couple of years, actually, of navigating that energy. And there's this, so that's a message of if you come to the right reading, if you feel like things are falling apart or going out of our lives in a way like that makes you feel like you're going backwards instead of forward. But no, there's something to it. And with my own experience, there was it was, oh, I wish I were a quantum being, because at the time I would have been able to have this broader perspective and seen how everything was going to eventually line up for my highest good. It was just very hard to see that at that moment. Let's set an intention too, by the way. Okay. So this is what is appearing to happen. Give me something more for Aries. Supernova. Oh, wow. Know what a supernova is? Isn't it the death of a star when it gets really big and geomagnetic storm? Wow, this is... Without looking it up, I'm thinking that something is getting much bigger, because, or feels like it's getting big, like there's a storm, or like something is about to blow. All right, they may have a different, like, okay, death and rebirth, the supernova, new stars. Can we talk about life without death? Cycles of death and birth run through our entire existence. At times, it's easy to detect when something's coming to an end based on the way the sequence of events unfolds. However, sometimes events can happen in an unexpected, sudden way, leading directly to the death of something old, which is immediately followed by the birth of something new. This is unpredictable, but we're predicting it, right? Tonight, we're predicting it. Describing the birth of a new love. This is a quote from Julio Cortázar. As if it were not a lightning bolt that splits your bones and leaves you staked out in the middle of the courtyard. That is the birth of a new love. It's describing the birth of a new love. That's interesting. The birth of a new star through a powerful stellar explosion. And they say this is related to your portal 999, which in my other deck, 999, has to do with you embracing a unique life path. Very much reminds me of the Raven's Head. It says that this is the largest explosion that takes place in space, and it can be seen with the naked eye. They are so bright that they eclipse their own galaxies. Similar to the Big Bang, it is important to note that they are born from a large explosion that also marks the end of a massive star. Yeah. So the it makes me feel like this, like the end of something, and is birthing something at the same time, and they're very big things. And then this geomagnetic storm, which I went right to it. So this one is important here. I won't always read from this guidebook, by the way, people. I'm just trying to learn this deck. But disturbances to the Earth's magnetic field caused by shock waves. An increase in solar wind pressure initially compresses the magnetosphere. A storm is always a representation of sudden movement with more activity than normal. A storm of water is emotional and links, or it feels differently than the storm generated by the sun or fire. These storms can last several hours to several days, caused by external factors. It says it is recommended to choose the element portal that you resonate with most at the present time to carry out this storm. You combine all of them. This is about action portals. Water, connect to it in any way you can. Hot baths, swimming in nature. Fire, burn what literally burns inside by writing it on a piece of paper and letting it out of your inner space. Air, take 3 occasional conscious deep breaths. Earth, action sports. And that fire energy right up there, so they're talking about doing a physical representation of something ending or burning out of your life. Let's do another one. This is interesting. Now, I'm also seeing as that can be something that, whatever this is, that it's ending is something that's, you know, a past relationship, a past something like that, you know. More information. Or Aries. We have this lightning. X-rays. Bottom, X-rays on the bottom. Ultraviolet and spectrum. Ultraviolet and spectrum. Okay, ultraviolet's the light get from the sun, right? Ultraviolet, ooh. What secretly affects us. Without being visible or perceivable, it acts silently, secretly affecting our field. It represents the hidden things that affect our health, where whether it be mental, emotional, physical, or spiritual. It is outside the visible spectrum. And they have spectrum right here. Self-imposed limits and self-care as medicine are the keys. Invisible problems that can be solved with tools that are equally invisible. These can be used on ourselves or on another energy center. Yeah, okay. So it's recommended to protect your energy. What is affecting you? What is affecting you on the outside? What is affecting you from the outside? Yeah, like is it a job? Is it a setting, an environment? Is it a person? Has it been adversely affecting you? Is it the energy? Let's look up spectrum. The ability to see and perceive the full range of energy. I almost feel like, just reading that one line, I almost feel like there's something about stepping into life purpose where there's some sort of ability here. There's an ability here to see or perceive energy in a different way. I mean, perhaps you're actually seeing energy that normally you wouldn't have been able to see, or that on the norm is not something that most people see. Because I'm feeling like there's something with your life purpose here with the raven's head that's tied to, like, maybe even you can read energies or pick up on energies from the past. It's called post-cognitive abilities. And that's a person that could... they're like a psychic detective, you know. They're able to like pick up an object or walk into a room. They're able to perceive stuff about maybe people's past or about the object's past, about the past. big events. So for some of you all, that is the message here. So let me pull more from this guidebook. Okay, the number 7 is the portal, and of course it's probably because of the 7 colors that are associated with the spectrum, with the rainbow colors, right? The ability to see and perceive full range of energy. A group of photons divided by a diffraction in several bands of color when it passes through the optic prism. We are naturally deflected when they encounter an obstacle or pass through a crack. The spectrum talks of the ability to see the whole question in turn and then expand it to understanding everything that it is composed of. See, this is like this to me is an ability to, kind of like the wise owl, you know, the ability to, as a spirit guide, to listen to somebody talk and to pick up on the psychology of that person as to what might have happened to even lead their attitude, their words that would have led to that. What is at the root of it? Yeah, I'm talking to Aries who can see into the soul of people. Interesting. Investigate number 7 and the hidden virtues. 7 colors of the rainbow. Yes, 7 musical notes. 7. Yeah, well, 7 is a very spiritual number. Yeah, because we have X-ray here on the bottom too, and just another sign to me that there's something that you can see through. There's a lot of things that you're able to see through, that you're picking up on. You're picking up on the unseen. You most likely have been. Oh, by the way, the ultraviolet says portal 111, which I associate with the magician, you know, amplified 3 times. Big time creation. So it says best way to take care of your bodies and layers of existence. Yeah, mental body, physical body. Making space for new emotions. I want to look up X-rays for you. I mean, we know what an X-ray is, but the ability to pass through an opaque body. X-ray shows us the interior of the body, only known, and only then do they know what lies in the depth of the spectrum, not visible to the human eye. Scientists will trust what the X-rays show them, although they do not have the ability to verify it with their own human vision. So we possess our own X-ray machine known as the third eye. The non-dimensional vision that has the ability to see and perceive what is beyond, or what is not actually present, visible. It refers to the use of trusting your intuition and to trust what is seen by your third eye. So they're wanting you to trust what you're feeling in a situation. Put it that way since it broke off. Get some water instead. Okay, so this is the other deck, and it is the Quantum Tarot. Again, thank you for the gift. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We all are thankful for it. Let's see what you can't, or what you're picking. I want to know what you're picking up on. I want to know how this applies to your life's purpose, your work. What are you picking up on? Are you picking up on the death of an old energy and the entering in of a new, expansive energy? You're channeling information. or always, every day, but this feels very specific. What are they picking up on, Spirit? The wheel. The wheel of fortune is what you're picking up on. The new. The new. Okay. Let's... Beautiful card, by the way. Beautiful, beautiful card. I'm going to put it here. Should be able to see it pretty well. And you could be picking up on people's cycles, too. So, the Wheel of Fortune here in the Quantum Tarot. It is a symbol of how perceived outside forces such as fate or luck appear to be determining the course of our lives. But perhaps there is another alternative. If we feel cursed by a bad circumstance, we still have choices. Why not step off the wheel altogether? We can decide whether to approach life as a victim of chance, spun by the wheel, or like a stalk in a washing machine, or to take a big leap of awareness and get off of the merry-go-round. Different way of looking at the wheel. Stepping off of the wheel. Stepping off of the wheel. You're seeing the end of old ways, old cycles. You're seeing the end of old energy that was more deterministic, and stepping into the quantum where things appear miraculous. They line up. Something doesn't have to repeat is what I'm getting. Something doesn't have to repeat. History doesn't have to repeat. Interesting. Oh, Einstein showed up for your reading. Here we go. 8 of Pentacles. The Chariot. With a rocket here. The Chariot. The Einstein. I like that. Like that photo or a picture of him. Right next to you. And the Two of Cups. The Two of Cups. That is a union, and it is brought together in a loving way, whether that be romantic, friendship, or business. That is what that means. We know the 8 of Pentacles has to do with your what you work on, but also mastery on getting things to work, or mastery about this experience that you call your ordinary day. Maybe it's wanting something a lot different. The Chariot. I want to read this to you because of the Einstein thing. I think it's really cool. The Chariot, special relativity. Einstein's theories of relativity have revolutionized the way we see the world. His theory of special relativity reveals that space and time are not absolutes. For example, if you're traveling on a very fast train, time passes more quickly relative to someone who's standing still. And it's just that difference. It's so minuscule that we didn't notice it. Only when we approach the speed of light does the difference in the passage of time become significant. The Chariot traditionally shows a man struggling to control 2 horses. The horses are connected like space and time, though they might fight against each other, right? It says this card is about the exercise of personal will and a struggle to master our unruly emotions and contradictory natures. When the Chariot shows up in a reading, it can indicate that we have achieved a certain level of mastery over ourselves. And this is hard-won maturity. And there's a rocket there. Something's about to take off. Let's see what what they say about the 8 of Pentacles, since we have mastery of self here with the Chariot. Okay. a process that should traditionally is not rushed. It is actually somebody who's developed their skills, perfected their skills. Yeah, it's galaxy formation is what it says it's related to, but that's interesting. Interesting. Okay. Could be something coming together. New relationship, new partnership. What are they going to be working on? And here's my sci-fi tarot. What are they going to be working on? Woo! Power like unto a god. There's your energy and the Wheel of Fortune. You have 2 Wheel of Fortunes. So you're going to be working on your power that you already have. Yeah, the Emperor has a lot of experience. And when like what the Emperor says, it goes, you know, once you assert yourself, it is like the power unto like a god. I feel like this is taking control of a certain timeline that you would like to see. And like if you're going to be on the wheel, you're going to want to be on the top, and I think that's what we're deciding for ourselves. So I feel like this is even luck and fortune coming in. Of course, feels like it's about strategy here also. What you're wanting to create and strategy. Could be a person that you're meeting too coming in, but I mean with you being Aries, I would think this is probably your energy, but could be a person. This is, even if it's you, it is a person like of great influence, mastery level themselves, but they're the big boss, you know, the big boss. They're powerful. Same card, that first card that came out for Leo was the thunderstorm too. This is power, destruction, trouble, electric display, a warning, out of control, energy shift, conflict, triumph over evil, fierce, booming, conflict, opportunity to overcome. This is very, very powerful energy here. And then the phoenix, we all know about the phoenix. It is the bird that burns itself. You know, every 500 years, so the myth goes that this bird burns itself on an altar. It makes out of its nest because it knows that it's going to be reborn into a new form. It knows that it will rise new from its own ashes. So it is self-annihilation in a sense. Allowing everything around you to be burned up in this fire here. Metaphorically, this fire that's within you. So the phoenix, transformation, eternal soul, renew, resurrection, rebirth, destroy, rising from the ashes. Wow. The end is just the beginning, and we have that master. So I'm saying mastery level that you have achieved here. Discipline, working smart, focus, structure, teaching, training, conquer, overcome, controlled, learning a skill, in the flow, authoritarian, commanding, presence, and the well, deeper meaning, community, hidden emotions, nourishing, social resources, true feelings, support, savings, perception, sustenance, looking deeper. Tell us more about what we're tapping into with the well. It's like drinking from the spiritual well, you know, so that you are not thirsty. Now you have 999. So I think peace is coming. Peace is coming. Olive branch. Holy Spirit might be. That might be a representation of the Holy Spirit also. But this new cycle is something that's going to relieve what you are worried about currently and bring peace in. usher in peace. Tell me about the peace. Could be a connection. I mean, it could be a very promising connection here. Because you have this Two of Cups and you have the flamingos. Soulmates, lovers, union, courtship, dating, attraction, seduce, long-term potential, the it factor. It's like you're ready for this. I said one thing ends, something begins. And the flamingos also can mean being like in transition. Whoa, in transition. Sorry about that. Kipper deck. Adjudication in the reverse. Oops. Main female. Adjudication in the reverse. I think they're wanting you to watch your thoughts on any kind of belief or judgment that you've placed on yourself. Quite possibly that could have been tied to an older male or somebody that represented an older male in your family. Watch your thoughts, release the projections or anything that has come to you that says that you're not, that made you feel, any kind of judgment that was placed on you that made you feel like you are not worthy or as worthy as someone else to receive whatever it is that this beautiful life here has for you to receive. Let go of that. It has something to do with the family and picking up that. You are more than worthy. You are more than enough. And there is somebody here. I feel like this is this person. I'm not really sure if you've connected already. But look, I have message of concern on the bottom. And then I have concern here. Could be about another person. But with this card, like there's a person here and that they have the sun shining on them. And then the lilies there. Which this whole concern about your satisfaction and happiness, you know, in life. Okay, sorry, I'm going to have to explain to you what came out because storage was full. And I didn't notice that it stopped filming. So I had clarification of, I don't know where I stopped. I had clarification of the news coming in being something to do with your work. I asked how your thoughts, what they wanted, what they meant about your thoughts, and they wanted you to concentrate on your strength and your confidence at this time. And then your angel numbers out here are 19, 29, and 88. And 29 says you're highly intuitive and creative. It is like, it's kind of describing this whole X-ray, ultraviolet ability to really see and perceive what's not visible to most, right? It says you seem to draw information and ideas from out of the sky. A powerful drive to know the oneness of all things. I'm insightful. And 19. Which probably has to do with the Raven's Head energy. 19 being the power of the Sun card here. Pioneer. The leader. So independence and self-sufficiency are necessities to you. You are extremely capable in life and work. And you aren't afraid to take the big risks to achieve the life you desire. I am a pioneer. And 88, I am wealthy. You are on the cusp of a prosperous and abundant spiritual life, and you will find numerous opportunities for success and achievement, all of which will bring financial and material abundance into your life. I am wealthy. So that is what I've got for you, Aries, and as always, I'm sending you so much love. Thank you for being here. I hope you all have a wonderful day. Bye.